started checking out some cool things I learned on TikTok. This happens to me all the time, and I finally found a solution. Whenever I bake cookies, the bottom is always a little burnt, but there's a way to get rid of it. You take a strainer, and then you just like scratch it off, like you're giving the cookie a little manicure, and you just like scrub it off with the strainer, like you exfoliating the bottom of the cookie, like a little biscuit facial, and it works. It just like collects all the nasty burnt parts, and your cookie is perfect. I love baking cookies for the holidays. This hack is going on my list. Smash that like button if you would actually use this hack. Guys, I found the ultimate cookie hack. If you've ever baked cookies before, you're about to learn something life-changing. Did you see what she just did? So you're telling me this entire time my baking failures were actually fixable. So if you bake cookies, they come out of the oven looking a little fugly, you can fix it. You know, fresh out the oven while they're still soft and malleable. You put a container around the cookies and you can shape them into a perfect circle. Is this how grocery stores do it? Like when you buy like a 12 pack of cookies at the grocery store, everything is perfect. When you bake them at home, they're all gonna be different sizes. You know, sisters, no, cousins, maybe. But now look how perfect they all look. This is like top 10 most useful hacks I've ever seen on the internet. This Christmas, my cookies, they're gonna look perfect. This girl just made a TikTok account and her very first video went viral. So she was opening up a pack of pads and what she found was absolutely shocking. She put it on top of her light and found this. That is disgusting. I'm actually gonna throw up. Like you open up a pack of pads in the bathroom, brand new, nothing suspicious. It looks clean, right? But why when she puts it on the light, it looks filthy? What is going on here? Is it mold? Yo, this is why I only buy pads made of 100% organic cotton. And usually I'll buy from a woman-owned company. So I asked ChatGPT, what is going on? Are they selling dirty pads? Do they have chemicals in them? So it's saying the dark spots that you see in this video are pulp fibers. This is what happens when they're not made of organic cotton. It usually has wood fibers or cellulose, and the natural fibers absorb light and makes it appear to have a yellow tint under certain lighting conditions. So they're saying it's a lighting issue and it's not actually dirty. There's also plastic in these pads and chemicals that make it look like that under light. Personally, 100% organic cotton is the only thing pads should be made of. What happens when you drop something in mud? How do you find it? Start digging your paws through the mud like a dog until you find it? No, there's actually a very simple solution to this. You fill up a clear bag full of water and then you press it down into the mud and you can clearly see what's underneath. So they found their keys that they dropped into the muddy water by using this little trick. Wow, this is actually genius. So instead of feeling around the muddy water, you just use a bag. Like who figured this out? I feel like I gained an IQ point watching this. Professional beaders. Is that what they call people who make bracelets and necklaces? I found this video of bead transfer. You're probably so confused right now until you watch this. You know these very colorful packs of thousands of beads? How do you transfer beads into a smaller container without the rest of them spilling out? You take a hair dryer and a cut up water bottle. And the hair dryer acts as a vacuum suction to pick up the beads and place them in a smaller container. This is blowing my mind right now. 7-year-old me would be foaming at the mouth. I'm not even about that beading lifestyle, but this is so satisfying. Or how they can just suck it up with the back of a hair dryer and move an entire colony of beads just like that. A sparkler into an orange. What happens when the timer runs 0? I feel like I'm watching a New Year's Eve countdown, like waiting for the ball to drop or whatever happens at midnight. Anyways, keep watching because something cool is about to happen. The sparkler is going to go into the tangerine, or is it a clementine? Into the citrus, and then it lights up. Is the cutie exploding on the inside, or is it just lighting it up? 3, 2, 1, woo! Happy New Year! Cutie turned the lights on. That's actually pretty cool. You gotta light up fruit. You know when you order a pizza and the top of it is so greasy from the cheese melting? This is a little hack how to remove the grease off of the pizza. Take a paper towel and then dab the pizza, right? Not this guy. Bro slammed the box. Cheese first on the floor. Opened up the box. And all of the grease is on the top of the box now. Wait a second. This is mind-blowing. Like, oh, pizza's here. Wait a second. Before we eat, let me just slam this thing on the floor. Okay, now the pizza's ready. That subtracts at least 300 calories from the pizza. Girl math. Wanted to wear heels out on our date, but my toes weren't painted and I didn't have polish, so now he's painting my toes with car paint. Y'all couldn't have stopped at a CVS, Walgreens, nothing, no? On the way to dinner, if it was that much of an issue? No, bro got down. He's like, wait a second, I don't got any nail polish, but I do got car paint. Some liqueur for my Toyota. He painted your toes like you were a scratch on his bumper. Okay, I can't lie, it looks pretty good though. However, this is made for a car. Literally says, harmful irritant. I would not want that on my nails. Also, if I'm going on a date and my toes aren't done, this might sound alarming to you, but closed-toed shoes exist. So they took a zip tie, put it on their roll tape. What? You put them in prison? It's tape prison? Oh, wait a second. Wait, it's like a cutter. You turned a regular roll of tape into one of those fancy tape cutters. This is actually really smart. I feel like my IQ went up after watching this. This is something I'll actually use. Like, this is what they should be teaching you in school. Did you know they have belly button stickers? Why? You got a belly button, it's right there. Why do you need a sticker? Do you want 2? Maybe 3? That's just greedy. If you have a low belly button, like I do, you could get a sticker to make it appear. Whoa! If you want your belly button up here, or even all the way up here, you can have a throat belly button if you wanted to. Or up here. You can have a forehead belly button if you really wanted to. The possibilities are endless. Doesn't mean you should do it. But apparently, it's supposed to give you an instant height boost, because it makes your torso look shorter and your legs look longer. Oh, okay. She already got long legs to begin with. This is coming from a barista, and she's letting you know that you are being scammed. This is a size large being poured into a size small. But wait a second, there's no cuts in this video, so you have to watch the whole thing, but it's being drained into the smaller size, and it's going to be exactly the same amount of liquid, ice versus no ice. Except the large has ice, and the small doesn't. Okay, this sucks because I love ordering my drinks with ice, because it keeps them extra cold the whole time. Like what, you're gonna chug the entire small at room temperature? I don't care if it's the same amount of liquid. I'd rather have my large with the ice and pay like $1 more than a room temperature small. But also, ice is free. You can ask for a cup of ice and then pour the small into the cup of ice. And it's like getting a large for free. But I think coffee shops are catching on. I don't know. I can't even remember the last time I went to a coffee shop. I make my matcha at home. Nobody make it better than me. If you have old hair ties that you want to throw away because they look disgusting, stop. There is a way to restore them into their natural state of elasticity. You take a crusty, musty, dirty old hair tie, put it in a cup of hot water, and it just goes back to default settings, like brand new. Is this science or is it magic? I swear, I learned more on TikTok than I did in high school. Bro, my brain said write it down. Have you seen a baby ladybug? Aren't they just ladybugs but smaller? I guess not.
These are baby ladybugs.
That is not a baby ladybug. That is something I would have smashed, flicked, removed from my household. Oh my goodness, I googled it and it's true. This is a baby ladybug. Why do they start out so ew? This is the ladybug life cycle. First they start out as an egg, then they go to a larva and then a pupa, and then they emerge as a beautiful ladybug adult. Wow, quite the glow up. Man, people should start saying that, like you had a glow up like a ladybug. Cause from this to this, insane glow up. You know, good for her. Okay, if you have a bag, like a plastic bag that's tied up too tight, this is how you open it. See, I know this. I actually learned this on TikTok years ago. But you basically wind up the long side and then push it in, and it unwraps the bag so quick and easy. And it works for any knot. Just twist up the side and then push. So no more struggling, no more ripping, no more pulling with your teeth. You know, knowing this hack is like a little bit of a life upgrade. So smart. Why would you dump out your black peppercorns? Anyways, they put M&Ms into the pepper grinder to grind on their ice cream sundae. Oh, okay, so it's like crushed up chocolate. So it's not only for salt and pepper. You can also use it for M&Ms and make a crushed chocolate seasoning. I didn't know chocolate was a seasoning. This sounds like a great idea until you accidentally sprinkle some M&Ms on your steak. Just make sure you change the label. This is so 5-minute crafts coded. And surprise, it actually only takes 5 minutes.
According to this TikTok, he says you can fry with salt instead of oil.
What? So, let me get this straight. You're frying some fried chicken, and instead of filling up the pan with oil, you fill it up with salt. I'm not sure I believe this. I'm gonna need a little demonstration here. How does this actually work? Is your food gonna be super salty?
Nice and golden brown, because apparently that's when it's the right temperature to fry your food. I'm just using table salt. I have so many questions, like once it turns brown, are you able to reuse it like the way you can reuse oil to fry? What happens to this salt? Can you eat it afterward?
Okay, so she's gonna fry.
Call it a salt burn? Oh my goodness.
Oh, so it's like a salt burn, like the movie, except no, it's an actual salt burn. So she filled up a frying pan with salt, heated it up. She's making rice paper chips in the salt. You know, usually you need oil to fry them. But look, wait a second, in real time, it's like crisping up. Oh my goodness, I have to actually try this to see if it works. You can cook in salt, but wait a second, is it actually salty if you're cooking in salt? Bro, she actually made popcorn in salt. Okay, this is insane. This is news to me. I feel like I should have learned this when I was like 7 years old, but here we are in my 30s learning it from the very first time from Z Dung Lewis. You cook it in salt, it doesn't get salty. That's the craziest part. Because if you cook something in oil, you take it out, it's oily, it's greasy. This is so interesting. So it doesn't work with everything. It's an ancient technique in Asia used to cook dry foods like nuts, corn, and eggs. Unfortunately, it's saying it does not work for fried chicken. I know a lot of people watch this and are freaking out about the popcorn, like, oh, I don't need butter or oil to cook my popcorn. I actually have one of these glass bowls that you could put popcorn kernels in, and that's it, nothing else. Put it in the microwave and you get oil-free, butter-free popcorn. So you just need heat. You've probably seen the girl on TikTok, the NPC who uses a flat iron to pop popcorn. Like, you just need heat. But anyways, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new. Comment below what you learned today. And make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the Wolf Pack. Oh, I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.